Welcome again, Ron here.
You again.
Ron works as a Ph.D. with learning skills and learning disabilities, and you do a lot of coaching and one-on-one sessions with kids with learning difficulties or have exams to pass, and from middle school up to college. And I'd like to ask you, if you describe one person that you work with that you're especially pleased with and proud of, that worked really well, you're coaching with that person. Try to describe a little bit what happened, how it worked.
Well, this was a very pleasantly unusual kind of progress. I mean, I've seen other progress, but this person truly owned the learning process, her own learning process.
Okay.
So this was she was a junior in college, beginning her junior year, and she was getting increasingly frustrated. She was a science major, and she was trying so hard, and she wasn't getting the results that she wanted. She thought she had maybe some kind of learning disability. It made her anxious. She did some counseling, and the counselor referred her to me. And she said, yeah, I thought I had some kind of learning disability. I just didn't know that you had to actively do something with the material that you're learning.
Really? I mean, she's in college and doesn't know that she studied techniques.
She just did not recognize how active she needed to be in order to make the information her own. And she became such a star that she taught freshmen how to do this sort of thing.
Okay.
She did a senior year project on active
But
learning
that
strategies.
transformation, what was your role in that transformation? What do you think that you did well to reach her?
I think you act as a catalyst. You're sort of a treasure hunter, and you try to find the treasures that are inside people.
Now, what I do when I coach people is I look for key words. Now, I want you people out there to hear that. This is a treasure hunt. I think that's a wonderful metaphor for what good teachers do. They're treasure hunters. What are the strengths of the children? Where are they successful? Where can they have the most potential? So if you frame yourself as a treasure hunter, it's wonderful.
Much different than someone having a learning disorder or attention disorder. You're a treasure hunter. You're trying to find what's already wonderful in that person, and then act as a catalyst to have them reapply it in other situations.
That's wonderful.
They can just shoot off like a rocket.
So what you're saying, one of the reasons that you're successful doing what you're doing is you're looking for the positives, you're looking for what the students are doing right, you're looking for their potential. You're not just hunting down their problems and focusing on their problems.
Right. Yes.
But that's also a value I want to tell people. This is a value decision that you're making also to look for the treasure or the hidden potential.
And think about it, we talked about motivation at times, and how innerly motivating is that for oneself, let alone the gift to give that to somebody else. Another image sometimes is as a midwife. You're helping birth some new ways of doing things. And if you're caring and gentle and non-judgmental and these kinds of things, you're more likely to elicit that new stuff.
All right, so this is how you're getting a start. I mean, one of the ways you're building relationships is you're showing them that not only do you care, but you're on their side. You show them you're on their side by drawing out their experiences, their positives, their successes, and things like that. Building a relationship.
I'm so much on their side that they might think I'm a little crazy. In that I'll literally roll up my sleeves and I'll read their biology text with them at age 20 years old, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to teach you a deeper active reading comprehension approach, and I'm not just going to talk about it, I'm not going to use some slides or whatever, we're going to do it. I will model it. I will go through one section, I will highlight what I think is important, you can argue and discuss it with me, you do the next section, we go back and forth, we talk about it.
You're very hands-on.
Very hands-on. And I will try to show the active sense-making process, how you figure out what the information means to you. And how you make connections, and how you draw in this chart into what's going on in paragraph 2.
Well, what I'm trying to do here in our conversation is to figure out what you're doing.
That is part of what I'm doing.
Yeah, all right. And my role is to summarize what you're doing. Okay. So, the relationship is very important.
Very important.
You build a relationship by treasure hunting and looking for the positives.
Yes.
And then you get to the strategies. So, here's how to do this, and you're modeling those strategies
and then they try it, and then they adjust. You know, you go back and forth so that you're literally showing them how to ride the bike, you know, and they're coming right after you. And
Okay, so it's not just enough to encourage them and say you can do it.
you got to
You have to show them how to do it.
You have to show how to do it. Test taking, you know, I would have her bring in her tests, and we would diagnose the test. Say, oh, what happened here?
But that's a part of metacognition too. Is
Yes,
understanding
you're
and
getting
learning.
very good at this. Yes. So, you take a look at the test. Oh, I read that question too quickly. What could you do to read it
slow
more
down.
slowly? Oh, I could do this. Okay, fine. I didn't read through all the choices.
Right, now
You
you
know,
started out talking about one person, but this is
The
obviously
same person.
a
This
pattern.
is the same. Yes.
But this is a pattern you use with a lot of your students.
Yes. You know.
But if you were to look at yourself outside, if someone was to film you doing your sessions, what would you say your primary strength is as a learning coach?
Can I cheat?
Yes,
Have two?
Yes, you can have two.
I'd say motivation and metacognition. I'd say that they're willing to work with me. I show that I'll do pretty much whatever I need to do to help them get to where they want to go.
But you're showing faith in their possibilities.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Caring and faith.
Oh, yes. And metacognition, I'm observing what they do, observing how they talk about things. If it's a younger student, the parent might be involved giving me information how they do things, even the teacher, and then come in and make us and know that how these cognitive processes work so inside out that I can pull a tool out of my toolkit real time, right then and there. Oh, I noticed you didn't check what you did. Does that make sense?
If I were to summarize here, what you have here is a very unique balance. I call it, I'm a value-based person. So
Okay.
I call the value. What are the values? Caring.
Yeah.
Faith.
Yes.
Treasure hunting.
Yes.
And then hands-on.
Very hands. Yes.
Do it. Model it.
Yes.
Try it.
Yes.
Experiment it.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.